So they were preparing for this when we discussed about a recollection, a global recollection, in preparation for the 30th anniversary, the first anniversary of our community. So we try to think of what the theme will be, in this recollection. And we found the passage, excuse me, on the gospel, on the parables. So I like to read to you the parable. It is in chapter 13, verses 44, and following. It's Matthew 13, verses 44 and following. The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure buried in a field, which a person finds and hides again, and out of joy goes and sells all that he has and buys that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant searching for fine pearls. When he finds a pearl of great price, he goes and sells all that he has and buys it. So this is a providential, as we celebrate the pearl anniversary of our community, and we have this gospel, of the parable of the pearl, most especially, in this gospel. And normally and usually we interpret this: we had found the pearl, and actually we have found the pearl of great price. When we encounter God, through the community, through our conversion, and trying to live, the life of the community, we are valuing that pearl, which is God. But allow me to make another interpretation of this parable. And I will use the very words in the gospel when said, again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant searching for fine pearls. So I will use the word merchant. And this merchant is telling us something about God. So it is not us that we will try to reflect. Because recollection is something that we try to go back in our lives and try to read again what happened in us, and try to discern God's accompaniment in our lives. So this will help us to see this, to see that the merchant in the parable is not us. It is God. And this reveals very much of what Jesus was trying to say to his people and to us now. And Jesus was telling us, this is my God. This is the kind of God that I love and I believe in. And what is this kind of God? The first thing that we see in the parable is the merchant is seeking, is going out, looking from different places to look this pearl of great price. This is the God that Jesus is preaching to us. He's the God who searches for us. Yan ang unang-unang sinasabi ni Jesus. It is not a God who sits in his throne and waits for us, crawling at his feet, begging him, asking his forgiveness so we can enter into his kingdom. That is not the God of Jesus. No. The God of Jesus is the one who leaves his throne and start looking for his people. You see, in different places in the gospel, Jesus is telling this. For example, in St. Luke's chapter 15, we have another parables. We have different kinds of parable in this. You know these parables: the lost sheep, the lost coin, the lost son. And these parables, Jesus is telling, this is our God. This is my God and your God. No? The God who will do everything, no, to look for His people. So that is the first thing that we should remember. This merchant is God because He is the one who's searching, no, for the great pearl. The priceless pearl, no, in his life. Second, if we come to reflect on this, no, the attitude of the merchant, he will leave everything. Then once he found the pearl, what did he do? He sold everything and bought that pearl. That is the decisiveness of the merchant, no? And the decisiveness of God, no? That He will do everything to get us, to bring us to His own, no? He will sell everything in order for us to be with Him. And this has been incarnated in the life of Jesus, no? When He sent His Son, no, He sent His Son, no, to the cross. Sabi nga, to ransom us, to buy us, no, to buy us from Satan, no. Ang binayad niya hindi pera, no. Ang binayad niya ang kanyang sarili. So that's how God, no, works in our life. He will do everything, and even He will offer Himself to us, no, to be with Him. No. And then, in this sense of the gospel, there's always the joy, no, the joy of God and the joy of heaven. No. Whenever there's a sinner that turn back and be converted, no, to be with God, there's always the joy. No. You know, if you remember, He said, and the joy is something lavish, no? And it's a foolishness, no? You remember, no? In the Gospel of Saint Luke, no? When the shepherd found the lost sheep, no? Oh, he left the 99 just to look for the lost sheep. And the woman, when he found the small coin, gumastos siya. No? She celebrated, no, with a banquet, no? Because she found the lost coin. That is the foolishness, no, of God. And that is the foolishness of a lover. No? The merchant God, at this point, is a lover. I was telling them, no, in our group, no, you know, this pearl, no, under the sea, that is nothing. No? It is priceless because of the lover. Because of the lover, because we find it precious because we put a value in it, no? But for the oysters, they don't value this pearl, no? Actually, this is an irritant, no? An irritant, no? But for us, no, the beholder, we value this. In the same way, no, we have value, no, not because of us, but because of God. God has loved us so much. He said in the gospel that He gave His Son, no, to save us. So, this is what we are trying to look now. No? The past 30 years of the life of our individual lives, personal lives, and the life of the community as couples for Christ. No? We thought that at the beginning we have found God. No? But actually, it is God who found us first. No? It is God who found us first. Why I'm telling this? Because it's very important in our life. No? It's not who initiated, no, to look for God. That's usually the misconception of many people. No, na, we found God. No. Minsan, may utang na loob pa ang Diyos sa atin. No. Pag ganun ang attitude natin. No. But, if we see you look at the other way, no, it is God who found us first. Then we will have a very different attitude, no, in our life, in our community. Actually, that attitude will be gratitude. When we realize, no, what happened in our life, it is actually the gift of God to us. And we just receive it and put that gift, no, in our lives. How God entered into our life. There are many different ways God has entered into our life. I think if you will go in your reflection, you will see this. No, there were times that there are some experiences. For example, in some people, no, it is a sudden, life-changing experience. No? For example, Saint Paul. No? Saint Paul was really persecuting, no, the Christians. Then suddenly, God appeared to him. No? And said, I'm calling you. No. I'm making you my disciple. And that changed his life. No. Some of you probably have experienced that. No. When probably some of you have just met or heard about the CFC and went to a celebration, and during the celebration, during that prayer meeting, and you felt God. And you started to change your life. But most of us, God entered into our life in a slow, long process. No? A slow, long process. Probably we started, no, as young people. We inherited the faith of our parents. No? We believe much in what our parents have said. We followed our parents. No? But after some time, it is usually after high school, nag-change na yung life natin. No? We become more, some sort of atheistic, some agnostic. No? Some of us have lived a different kind of life, a simple life. No? Yet God was very patient with us. No? And little by little, He's leading us. No? He's leading us towards Him. Then, you found the community. I said, I found God. No, God already found you, but He was very patient with us, no, leading us, no, towards Him. I brought a book, no. Nakita nga nila Sky, no. Si Father magpipreach tungkol sa vampires. No? It's Anne Rice, no. You know Anne Rice, no? She was known for her books on vampires, no? The first book, The Interview, no, with the Vampire. and she grew as a Catholic, no? She grew as a Catholic, no? She had many memories of her Catholic faith, no? But after some time, no, she fell out and started to live another life. And for many years, no, probably she forgot about her faith, no, and she turned away, no, from the faith, and she lived her own life, no. She wrote many books, no, about vampire, no. They're very interesting stories, actually, no. But, no, God was very patient with her, no, as she was telling us. In her story, in this Code Out of Darkness, that is her conversion experience, no, telling her story. And little by little, most of her experience, no, as a child, no, started to come back. Nakikita. Then when she got rich, no, she started buying all those statues, even a building, no, because these things were very important to her, you know, as a child. But she remained away from God. Then she wrote this. No? I like to, when she was trying to buy everything, no, of her childhood experiences, no, yung mga memories niya, said, think of it. Think of buying in the building in which first went to pray, the building that contained your mother's old high school classrooms, the building that contained the chapel in which your mother's requiem mass had been said. From that chapel, my mother's remains had been taken to the graveyard. I guess I would have bought the graveyard if it had been for sale as well. No? Bit by bit, I was picking up the pieces of a Catholic childhood with the significant purchases. I was forming alliances with those still within the fold. I was keeping company with their loving kindness and their daily faith. Yet every step was marked with pessimism, sadness, and a grip on the edge of despair. Every step was marked by darkness, by a tragic certainty that belief in God Himself was quite beyond my conscience and my heart. There was no returning to any church without faith in God. So that was her experience. No? But then she will say, what I've been telling you, that God will seek for you. Beyond the matrix of gilded plaster, stone, and image, there loomed the threat, the ominous and dreadful threat of the love of Almighty God. That made her think deeply what's going on in her life. He's trying to get out, to get away from God, and God still pursuing her. And she wrote, and she put here a poem by Francis Thompson. This poem we also took when I was in college, The Hound of Heaven. Our teacher asked us in a quiz, who is the Hound of Heaven? Tulog kasi ako kaya hindi ko nasagot. But he said, still with unerring chase, an unperturbed pace, deliberate speed, majestic instancy, came on the following feet, and a voice above their beat. Naught shelters thee, who will not shelter me. Of course, the Hound of Heaven is God. And that is God. That is the God of Jesus. And that is the God whom we encountered in our life. I will repeat. The God of Jesus is not a God who will just sit in His throne and wait for us. Hindi siya naghihintay. But the God of Jesus, our God, is the one who will search for us. He will not get tired looking for us. He will be very patient, He will do everything patiently in order for us to respond to His call. So, at this moment, I will ask you to reflect on this. Now, let's go back. Changing the paradigm, changing the perception of us. Yes, we have found God. But how God found us? What were you when God found you? What were you when God found you? So let us pause for minutes of silence. And if you have notebook, just write down whatever comes into your mind for reflection.
searching all our days,
seeking and longing for meaning in this life.
We looked far and wide, chasing all our dreams,
until we found the love so great, a heart divine.
we are His people, and He is our God.
Dwelling in His presence, embraced by His love.
Through God's power and through His light, one voice we sing, like eagles rise, and all shall bow down before our God. Every tribe and tongue, color and race, together proclaiming throughout the land. In Jesus we found the pearl of great price. In Jesus we found the pearl of great price.
We are redeemed.
And He is the Savior, declare His glory, march to victory. We are one family, with God as our Father.
Brothers and sisters living in unity, through God's power and through His might, one voice we sing, like eagles rise.
searching all our days.